Bruce Lee boards Pan Am Flight 812 from Hong Kong to Los Angeles on August 15, 1971. He's traveling alone, returning from visiting family, exhausted but looking forward to being home. What happens for hours into this flight proves that real mastery isn't about fighting in ideal conditions, it's about protecting 247 lives in the worst possible environment, with the worst possible constraints. The Boeing 747 is nearly full. Business travelers, families with children, elderly tourists, college students, 247 strangers breathing the same recycled air at 35,000 feet. Bruce is in seat 23F, window seat, economy class. 4 hours into the flight, somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, Bruce wakes to screaming. A man stands in the aisle holding an ice pick and what appears to be a bomb wrapped in newspaper. His name is Chen Weiming, 34, a factory worker who lost everything: job, apartment, family, desperate and mentally unstable. He's shouting in broken English and Cantonese. Nobody move, I have bomb. Plane go to Cuba. Nobody move or I kill everyone. Chen doesn't understand hijacking protocols. He just knows desperation, has an ice pick and possible bomb, and 247 terrified hostages. Head flight attendant Maggie Sullivan steps forward calmly, despite her racing heart. Sir, please, what do you want? Chen swings the ice pick toward her. Stay back, you come close, I use this then bomb, then everyone die. Maggie stops, maintains eye contact, keeps her voice steady. Okay, I'm staying here, I won't come closer, but we need to understand what you want so we can help you get it. Plane go to Cuba. Chen shouts, tell pilot, Cuba now. Maggie uses the intercom to contact Captain Reynolds. The problem is immediate, they're over the Pacific. Cuba is impossible without refueling, but she tells Chen the captain is complying, buying time. Bruce, watching from his seat, sees what others count Chen's shaking hands, terrified eyes, amateur bomb construction. This isn't a trained terrorist. This is someone about to panic. Bruce assesses quickly, 60 feet to Chen, ice pick capable of killing, potential bomb, 247 people in danger. Direct confrontation risks detonation and casualties. But doing nothing means Chen will eventually panic and do something catastrophic. Bruce unbuckles quietly and prepares to wait for the right moment. 30 agonizing minutes pass. Chen paces, ice pick raised, making incoherent demands. Passengers cry quietly. Children are held by terrified parents. Then Chen escalates. I want to see pilot. Now, or I stab someone. He points the ice pick at Eleanor Park, 68 years old. The old woman. She first. Bruce stands up. The ice pick swings toward. Bruce, sit down. Bruce raises his hands calmly. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to talk. What? Chen demands, confused. Your name. What should I call you? Chen hesitates. Chen Weiming. Chen Weiming. Bruce repeats in perfect Cantonese. That means illuminating. Your parents chose well. This catches Chen completely off guard. This passenger speaks his language, understands his name's meaning, shows respect. Bruce continues gently. What happened? Because I don't think you woke up wanting to hijack a plane. Something bad happened. What was it? Chen's face crumpled. I lost everything. Job, home, family. I'm nothing. I wanted to be someone important. You matter. Bruce says, losing your job doesn't change that. You matter because you're human. These 247 people, they're not your enemy. They're just like you, trying to matter. Chen looks around, really seeing the passengers. Children, elderly, people as scared as he feels. I don't want to hurt anyone, Chen whispers. I know, Bruce says. You're not a killer. You're just someone who ran out of options. But here's the truth. You haven't actually hurt anyone yet. That means you can still choose differently. You can still walk back from this edge. Maggie is watching this interaction with amazement. This passenger is doing textbook hostage negotiation. Who is he? Chen's ice pick hand is lowering. They'll arrest me. I'll go to prison. Maybe, Bruce acknowledges. But if you hurt someone, prison becomes your whole life. If you stop now, prison might just be part of your life. There's a difference. What difference? My life is over either way. No, Bruce says firmly. Your life is only over if you decide it is. You make a different choice right now, and everything changes. You don't hurt anyone. You don't blow up the plane. You just stop. Give me the ice pick. Give the flight attendant the package. Sit down. Let this end peacefully. That choice, that's more powerful than any hijacking. That's real strength. Chen is crying openly now. I just wanted to matter, to be important, to have people listen to me. We're listening, Bruce says. Everyone on this plane is listening to you. You matter to 247 people right now. But not because you're threatening them, because you're human, and because you're about to make the bravest choice you've ever made, choosing not to hurt people when you easily could. The cabin is silent. 247 people holding their breath, waiting to see if words can stop violence, if understanding can prevent tragedy. Chen Weiming looks at the ice pick in his hand, looks at the wrapped package, looks at Bruce Lee. This stranger who spoke his language, recognized his name's meaning, saw him as human instead of monster. Then Chen sets the ice pick on the floor, gently, carefully, steps back from it. Bruce doesn't rush forward, doesn't grab it, just says, "The package, is it real?" Chen shakes his head. "No, just newspapers, rocks inside for weight. I couldn't get real bomb, don't even know how." "That's good," Bruce says. "That's really good, Chen Weiming. You didn't cross that line. You scared people, but you didn't become a killer. That matters." Maggie moves forward slowly, picks up the ice pick, takes the package. Her hands are shaking but her voice is steady. "Sir, I need you to sit down. Put your hands on the armrest. Can you do that?" Chen complies, sits in a nearby empty seat, puts his hands on the armrests, just sits there, crying, exhausted, defeated, but also relieved. Bruce sits down across from him, doesn't restrain him, doesn't attack, just sits, a presence, a reminder that someone saw him as human. Captain Reynolds makes an announcement. "Ladies and gentlemen, the emergency situation has been resolved. No one has been hurt. We'll be landing in Honolulu in approximately 1 hour for security and medical checks. Thank you for your patience and cooperation." The cabin erupts in sobbing relief. Prayers of gratitude, parents hugging children, strangers holding hands, the collective exhale of 247 people who thought they might die and didn't. FBI agents board the plane in Honolulu. Chen Weiming is arrested without resistance. He doesn't fight, doesn't run, just goes quietly, looking back once at Bruce with something like gratitude in his eyes. The passengers are held for 3 hours of interviews. FBI asks Bruce detailed questions about what he said, how he approached the situation, why he thought talking would work. Bruce's answer is simple. Martial arts isn't about fighting, it's about understanding. Understanding yourself, understanding others, understanding conflict. Chen Weiming wasn't evil. He was desperate. Desperate people don't need to be defeated. They need to be understood. Maggie Sullivan, the head flight attendant, gives her official statement. But she also asks for Bruce's contact information. "I'm going to include your actions in my report," she says. "What you did today preventing that situation from becoming violent, that saved lives. You saved lives." Bruce corrects. "You kept everyone calm. You kept him talking. You did everything right. But you understood him," Maggie says. "You saw past the ice pick to the person holding it. Most people can't do that." Bruce shrugs. "I've been desperate before, just made different choices." He's not so different from any of us. Just someone who thought he ran out of options. The incident is reported in newspapers the next day. Bruce Lee stops hijacking, the headlines say, which Bruce finds irritating because he didn't stop anything. Chen Weiming stopped himself by choosing differently. But Maggie Sullivan tells the real story. In crew debriefings, in training seminars, at aviation safety conferences over the next 30 years, until her retirement, she tells the story of the hijacker who wasn't a terrorist, just a desperate factory worker, and the martial artist who prevented tragedy, not by fighting but by seeing someone else's humanity. Chen Weiming serves 18 months in federal prison, gets psychological counseling, works in the prison workshop learning electrical repair. Upon release, he's deported to Hong Kong, where he finds work at a small electronics repair shop, saves money for 2 years, eventually reconciles with his ex-wife, not as husband and wife, but as co-parents who can have conversations about their children, rebuilds a relationship with his kids, never hijacks another plane, never threatens another person. On the 10-year anniversary of the hijacking, a reporter tracking down Chen Weiming for a "Where Are They Now" story finds him working at his repair shop, asks him what he remembers most about that day. Chen says, "Bruce Lee saved my life. Not from FBI, not from prison, from myself. He saw me when I couldn't see myself, made me remember I was human, that I had choices. Most people just saw a hijacker. He saw Chen Weiming. That's why I'm alive today. Not just breathing alive. I owe him everything." The reporter asks if Chen ever tried to contact Bruce to say thank you. Chen shakes his head. What do I say? Thank you for stopping me from killing people. No. Instead, I try to live in a way that makes his words true, that shows him he was right about me, that I could choose differently. That's my thank you. Bruce Lee never talks publicly about Flight 812. When friends ask about it, he deflects. Just talk to someone who needed someone to listen. Anyone could have done it. But privately, in his journal, Bruce writes, "Today I learned that the highest form of martial arts isn't defeating your opponent, it's helping them stop being your opponent." Chen Weiming could have killed people. I didn't stop him. I just reminded him who he was beneath the desperation. That's not fighting. That's understanding. Maybe that's what martial arts was always supposed to be. 40 years later, Maggie Sullivan is 82 years old, long retired, living in Florida. A documentary crew interviewing her about her aviation career asks about the most memorable flight. Without hesitation, she says Flight 812. Why? The interviewer asks. Because of the hijacking. No, Maggie says. Because of what didn't happen. Because one passenger refused to see a hijacker and instead saw a human being who needed help. Because 247 people landed safely, not because someone was a hero, but because someone was kind. That's what I remember. Not the ice pick. Not the fear, just the kindness. That's what saved us. The flight attendant still tells this story, because it's not about Bruce Lee being famous or being a martial artist. It's about what happens when someone in crisis is met with understanding instead of force, when de-escalation replaces confrontation, when humanity recognizes humanity even in the worst moments. Nobody expected that on Flight 812. Not the hijacker, not the crew, not the passengers. They expected violence or submission. Instead, they got understanding. And everyone hijacker, hostages, crew survived, not just physically, but spiritually intact. Because sometimes the greatest fight is the one you win by refusing to fight. And the greatest victory is when everyone, even your opponent, gets to walk away whole.